Hi guys, you're welcome again to our series of videos. In our first video, we introduced solar installation and we released the first video that has to do with introduction to the solar panel. The next video is supposed to be about the connection of solar panels in series and parallel, but because you have to know how to use the digital multimeter to do this. So this video is about the use of digital multimeter to connect solar panels in series and parallel. All right, without wasting time, let's go. All right, so this is our digital multimeter. If you look here, you see that it has a digital display. Now this is the hold button to hold the result. This is the light button in case you're working in the night. Now this is the power button. This multimeter has a lot of functions, but we are going to limit ourselves for now to this. This symbol is the direct current voltage, and this symbol is the direct current or amperage. Now we are going to be using this part of the multimeter and also this part of the multimeter. So if you look to this part where it's written 10A, 10 amps, this is the part where you plug in the probe for measuring current. This is the part called COM. This means common. Common is the part that is always earthed. Now in this part we have the voltage and the resistor. So when you want to measure the voltage and resistor, you plug the probes into this part. So look at the probes. We have the black probe and then we have the red probe. So what we are going to do is we are first going to connect the black probe. And the black probe has a permanent position that is in this COM. The black probe must be connected in COM. Now this red probe that you're seeing here can now be connected in either of the two ports depending on the one we want to use. Now when we want to measure voltage, we will connect it to this part. Alright, so with this, the probes are ready to measure. With this, the probes are ready to measure. They are ready to measure. So we keep them. Now what happens? We come to this. When we come to this, if you look here, you see 200 M, we have 2, we have 20, we have 200, we have 500. This functions to regulate the amount of DC voltage you're measuring. This is what we mean. Look at this. This is a battery. This is a DC battery that powers a drilling machine. Now it is rated 32 volts. Now if we want to measure the DC voltage of this battery, if you look at the multimeter very well, you find out that the black is connected in COM as should be, and then the red probe is connected in voltage, showing that we are going to measure voltage. So now what we will do is that we have the red and the black probe. The red probes goes into the positive terminal of the battery. This is the positive terminal of the battery and this is the negative terminal of the battery. So we'll fix this here and we fix this here. Now I want us to check something out. Remember, this is the direct voltage, the area for direct voltage. But if you take a close look at this, let's take a close look at this with the terminals still connected. Now take a very close look at this. You find out that we have 1 at 200 millivolts. We have 1, meaning that the voltage we have set here is way too lower than 32 volts that we expected to read. Let's put it in 2 volts. Now let's go to 2 volts. We still have 1 because 2 volts is still lower than 32. Let's go to 20. We still have 1 because 32 is way higher than 20. Now let's go to 200. Now we have a reading, and in that reading we have 29.5, meaning that this battery is not a complete 32 volts. Now if you have noticed what happened, one may ask, what if we don't know the reading of the estimated voltage of what we want to check the voltage? It's simple. You start at the higher figure. Like you can start at 500, then it gives you an approximate reading. Now if you now know that what you're reading is less than 5, way too lower than 500, you come down to 200. It gives you a reading which is more accurate than the 500 reading. So this is exactly how to read voltages using a multimeter. I hope this is very clear. So that is it. We've only measured DC voltages because we want to use them for solar panels. We are not measuring AC voltages. When the time comes, we shall also measure AC voltages. But for now, we are only going to measure, and we have only measured for DC voltages.